Next stop, Grand. This is Grand.
Jimmy? Are you Jimmy?
Thanks for coming, Jack.
Thanks for calling. What's the job? Are you serious? Tell me you didn't bring me here for matchmaking.
Well, give me more credit than that. You know I wouldn't have called you if it weren't important. These two have never met in waking life, but they keep finding their way into each other's dream.
What's the connection?
You're the detective. My interest is in the young woman. The young man may prove useful to you.
Here, let me help you with that. Do you remember your dream?
So what's your interest? Another research project?
Dreams are the only thing they haven't turned into a commodity, not for lack of trying.
You know you're fighting a losing battle.
Maybe.
So what about the guy?
There is someone who wants to speak to you. A potential client. It's an odd request.
Does it pay?
Handsomely.
Then odd is not a problem. Anything else you want to tell me?
Oh, only that it's the 21st century. You might want to retire that outfit. It screams detective, and not in a good way.
I'm gonna need names. At least.
You'll get what you need.
God, I hate when she does that. Oh.
You're really moving. Were you having a dream?
Yeah.
Was it a good dream? Let's see.
Hey, what time is it?
Hey.
I'm sorry, this interview just has me a little frazzled.
Frazzled? We talked about this for hours.
I know. I know. Don't worry. I got it.
I see it's been a full year since your last job.
Okay, we're doing this. Well, I've been doing a good bit of freelance work. I didn't want to take just any job, but when I heard about this job, I knew I had to go for it.
Eye contact.
What questions do I have for you? Well, the only question I have is, what can I say or do to prove to you that I'm the right candidate for this job? I know I am.
A little less walk-in.
Okay, more Brando. I come to you, a highly qualified candidate, and this is how you treat me.
Funny.
Any other details you can think to share?
No.
I know you have this weekend off for your tutoring, but we're still on for Monday, right?
Sure. Sure.
I think we're really making some progress here. This will take a little bit more time. Thank you.
Doors closing. Next stop, cancel.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
Sammy! Oh, it's so good to see you. Somebody's here early.
Yes, someone was here very early. Again.
Sammy, why don't you go find a book for me to read to you?
She can't keep doing this, Maggie. This is the second time this month.
How long was she out there alone?
I was here at 6. She was here. I tried to call her mother, but
I'll be here at 5:30 on Monday.
I'm gonna have to give her a warning.
No, I can do this. Please? A book. A book. No, I'll take care of it.
We can be liable.
I know. But let me handle this. Let's see how it works out.
So, what do you think your greatest strengths are?
That's a great question.
Your strengths?
Yes. I don't know if I've had my greatest strengths tested yet. I've enjoyed every single one of the jobs you see listed there, but I haven't had the one job which I'm looking for, the job that would really stretch me in every direction.
And what job do you think would put those strengths to the test?
Boy, that's another great question.
Thanks. Go ahead. The job that would put your strengths to the test.
Certainly a job like this. What you do with all your distractions.
Interviewing people?
No. I just mean, do I answer this phone or that phone or the text or the door or what must be an emergency versus a distraction or just...
You think this is difficult. It's 4:20 in the morning and your cell phone goes off. It's your CHRO calling you to get on the first flight to DC to meet with a new hire who's locked herself in the bathroom of a VP of Finance's hotel room. She's crying and threatening a lawsuit after a late-night dinner turned into a 2 a.m. grope fest. But before you get on that flight, you know you're going to have to make a dozen phone calls because at 9 a.m., you're scheduled to meet with an attorney about an employee that the IT department believes may be downloading terabytes of porn. That was Tuesday.
You don't really want to see my portfolio, do you?
We leave assessment of illustration and design talent to the CCO.
So this was just to see how I handle all that other bullshit.
Exactly.
Money. Now, does that look like the work of a depressed man? Hello, Tommy.
Douchebag.
Sorry. Long day.
Oh, God. Are you in that bathtub thing?
The Gymulator. Registered trademark if anyone's listening.
Gross. So, were you in interviews all day?
I didn't make it past the first gatekeeper.
What? Why? You didn't say anything weird, did you?
What, like? Don't kill what you can't eat.
Yes, like that.
I still stand by that statement. But I told you I wouldn't, so I didn't.
Then what was the problem?
I don't know. She seemed pretty stressed. There were all these noises.
Did you send her a thank you email?
Thank you email. For what? She didn't even look at my work.
For taking the time to talk with you. What if you sent her an email saying that you'd like another shot? That she didn't get a chance to see the real you?
The real me showed up and was shown the door. She doesn't give a damn about the real me.
I think there's a part of you that's relieved.
Oh, there's definitely a part of
Me that believes there is a line somewhere between showing interest and kissing someone's ass.
You have to show them that you want the job.
What I really want right now is more bubbles. Bubble inventory is at a critical low.
Have you thought about getting in touch with Dr. Fine? He seemed to help you last time.
I can't. You're breaking. Amy, are you?
Maggie. Maggie.
Sarah?
Who are you? And why are you following me?
I thought you were following me.
Why would I do that?
Wild fascination? Pheromones?
Pheromones?
You like Emily Dickinson?
How do you know I like Emily Dickinson?
Hey, kid, you want a job? Yeah, you. You looking for a job?
Obviously, you're gonna have to put some pants on. I'm not gonna ask you a third time. You want a job? Come to my office. Yeah.
Hi. I was calling about the help wanted sign.
No, it says now hiring.
Yeah, but isn't that the same?
No, it's not the same thing, Slugger. I don't need help. I have a client with an unusual ask.
Who's the client?
If you're interested, come by the office. You know where I'm at.
How would you know that?
I'm a detective, Ace.
Hi, Sammy.
Maggie!
Oh, I didn't know anyone was here this early. Yeah. Come in. I saw your note on Friday.
I am so sorry about all of this. I just started this new job.
It's all right.
My ex, her asshole father, is totally out of the picture. I can't afford an at-home nanny, and I just really need this job.
Okay. Here's my cell phone number. If for some reason I'm not here when you get here, please call me. I just don't want her waiting.
Like I do.
That's not what I meant.
People can be so judgmental. Life just really sucks right now.
Sammy, you want to go find our favorite book?
Wait, can I at least say goodbye? I'm not that bad of a mommy, am I, sweetie?
Come on in. Have a seat. Sit down. Just move that stuff off that chair. You want a juice? I've been juicing. Now, it looks like the kind of thing they dug out of a crocodile's ass, but it actually isn't bad.
Thank you. I'm good. Hey, how did you know I was outside the door?
I have a security camera.
Right.
Let's get to the task at hand. I have a client who's looking for some help.
What's the job?
Are you particular? They're looking for somebody who can easily access deeper levels of dreams.
How do you know that about me?
Jesus. Do you hear yourself saying this shit? Where did you meet me?
Sorry, I get it. You're a detective.
I'm a dream detective, Ace. Big difference. You're an artist.
Well,
Artist, yes or no?
Yes, I am. I'm an illustrator.
You're doing a bang-up job of selling yourself, pal.
My girlfriend says the same thing.
Is she the one from the bookstore dream?
Wait, do you know that woman?
Try to keep up with the big kids here. Would I ask you if she was your girlfriend, if I knew who she was?
Yeah, right.
You have an appointment tonight, 9 p.m. sharp. This is the address.
That's it?
That's all you're gonna tell me? They need an illustrator?
Someone who can easily access deeper levels of dreams. Don't sell yourself short.
What's the compensation?
You have to talk to them. They have money. I'll leave it to you to negotiate your own details. I'm assuming you'll show up?
Sure, yeah. I'll look into it.
But
I was just wondering if you could maybe help me find out who that girl in the dream is.
look who has a new appreciation for the dream detective.
Look, I'm not trying to be stalkery or anything, just...
I get it. In all honesty, I'm curious about your connection myself. It's usually a shared fate thing.
You think?
No. You think. And you feel it. Capiche? Go on, I got some digging to do. You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you for the lead.
Don't screw it up.
Yeah.
Jack Yancey, dream detective. Juke! What do you know, what do you say? Yeah, we've been through the whole thing about the surveillance. He just left here. Afraid? I think not. Hey, Juke, how long have you known me? Oh, yeah? Maybe you want to bet? All right, let's keep it comfortable. Let's say 500. No, let's keep it adventurous. Let's say $1,000. Let's say a yard. Only I'm not going to tell you, Dick. Just let him do his job.
We're pretty far along. We have very promising data.
I'm sorry. It's just... The thing is, I have the worst dreams when I'm at home, but I'm just exhausted.
The nightmares are worse at home?
I have far fewer here. If I had half a brain, I should probably continue here. But the thing is, I have to be up earlier for work.
Oh, you just want to get up earlier?
An hour.
We can do that. Dreams usually manifest in REM sleep, but you've been averaging 6 significant events a night of varying lengths.
6?
It's on the high side, but not unusual. Most people forget the majority of their dreams.
I could definitely do without a few of mine.
Can I show you something? Have a seat. These are the unfiltered signals we're getting from multiple inputs, including readings on eye movement, tracking how you may think you're seeing in your dream. Now, what we've done is create a loop of impulses, signals back into the ventrolateral preoptic nucleus, located near the front of your hypothalamus. Here is what we are able to see. This is an image from the other day. Think of it as trying to listen into multiple parts of your brain in conversation, having one dream. It's a symphony of inputs. Carol and I are working on ways to refine and filter your signals.
No pressure, right?
What if you could literally look your nightmare in the face, drag it out into daylight?
Why would I want to do that?
Because it's your dream. Maybe there's something you need to see on the other side.
That's easy for you to say. You don't know what might be on the other side.
Let's try. Again, together. One more week.
One more week.
Looking for someone?
This is a dream, right?
You told me.
The only other time I've been here has been in another dream.
What's your name?
Why?
Like the letter?
What?
Your name is Y.
No, Maggie, all right?
Relax, Miss All Right. A friend of mine asked me to find out a little more about you.
Does he wear boxer shorts and black socks?
He's been known to.
I don't usually dress like this.
Not my business. You sure you two haven't met on the other side?
You mean in real life?
No, I don't mean that at all. This is pretty freaking real, isn't it?
I remember him from a couple of my dreams. Last one, he was standing in this bookstore with Walt Whitman's Leaves of Grass.
Whitman, huh?
Then he asked me about Emily Dickinson and was gone.
You looking for him now?
I don't know, I'm just dreaming. Dreaming about him is certainly better than the nightmares.
What every guy wants to hear, you're better than a nightmare.
No, I didn't mean it like that. Do me a favor. Please don't tell him I said that.
I won't. Tell me about the nightmares.
I don't want to talk about those.
Yeah, but you told the doc, the researcher.
How do you know that?
It's my job to know these things. Look, if you want to talk about this or you find yourself in trouble,
Trouble?
you'll find that when you need it. When you wake up. One more thing. A colleague would like to show you something. Your choice.
Why are you doing this? Why are you letting that doctor into your dreams?
I just want to make it stop.
You ride? I know this bike. 1968 Triumph Trident T150.
You Jimmy? I hear you're looking for work. Oh, fuck this. Yancey said you'd have some...
Wait. The work, is it legal?
Totally legal! I'm Juke. Take a ride with me. You decide you want to take the job, and take the bike. If not, you bring the bike back here, no questions asked. You said you ride, right?
No, I just meant, my dad had one of those when I was a kid.
If he didn't teach you how to ride, please tell me he at least took you riding with him. No? Man, that's just bad parenting. Get on.
We hunting vampires? You got beer out here. This your office or something?
Look at the Boy Scout. All prepared.
Well, you remember that bike I told you about? Turns out this is the only thing my old man left behind. That and a pile of dirty laundry. At the risk of being rude, what are we doing out here? And what's the job you keep saying?
Relax. There's more where that came from. For now, humor me. I want to learn a little bit more about you.
Yeah, but we must have passed like a dozen bars on the way out here.
32.
Okay. Why a cemetery?
You know Memento Mori? Never mind. Latin shit. I like coming out here because sometimes I have to be reminded of all these wasted souls.
How do you know they're wasted?
You're obsessed with that bike.
I remember that Trident better than my old man. All those nights in the garage, just I was holding the flashlight or handing him a socket wrench.
He's dead? You said you remember the bike better than him.
He left when I was 8. My mother seemed almost happy to see him go. But all those nights in the garage, I suppose neither my mom or I was surprised that he left to follow his dreams.
Not surprised. But you never saw him again?
I get a call from a half-brother I never knew I had, letting me know that the old man had died in a suburb an hour outside of Pittsburgh. He's 21, and his name's James, and he's in tech, and he has more money than God.
Wait, your brothers and have
half-brother.
the same...
And yes, we have the same name.
Ouch.
So, what's the deal? Jack Yancey said you had a job.
Come on. Don't stop now. I want to learn all about what you really want.
Jack Yancey, dream detective. What do you mean he didn't show up?
Name it, Jimmy. What do you want?
An explanation.
Try again. Think big.
No, I gave him the right address.
Just tell me what's going on. Now.
Or what? You think you can make it back to the main road? You're not in a position to demand anything. But bargain. You can always bargain with me.
I have a pretty good idea who's screwing around with this. Let me get back to you. He is worth the trouble. He promised me. This is your guy.
It's the oldest story in the world, buddy. Good versus evil. Light against the darkness.
Seriously, you're gonna try and scare me with some grade school black versus white bullshit?
Tell me about the grays, college boy. Your choice. But if you're smart, you best get your ass into that pump house as fast as you can. Sit down, Jimmy. This Detective Augustine. He's the good cop.
I'll meet you there. Shit.
You recognize this individual?
Yeah, that's my half-brother, James.
When was the last time you two had contact?
3-4 months ago? I really think I should be talking to an attorney right now. Shit!
Like he said, I'm the good cop. Now, why would you need an attorney?
Look, man, I just met this guy once, okay? We talked on the phone a few times. He lives out in Silicon Valley.
Purpose of your meeting?
Mine? Curiosity? He called me out of the blue to let me know our father died. He wanted to meet me.
Why?
To meet me? Look me in the face? It was only after our father died that he even knew I existed, so he had that on me. Yeah, that's his. Proudly showed it to me.
Proudly?
Follow your dreams was something our father used to say.
You remember him saying that?
Yeah, he had it tattooed.
Why?
Ask him. Follow your dreams became his great inspiration, like the motorcycle. Right. It sort of represented this whole mythology of what my father said he couldn't talk about.
Mythology?
Because he couldn't talk about it. James had imagined this whole outlaw life. Roadside bars, women in back rooms. And then he found out that the great rebel left a wife and kid in Chicago.
What about you?
What about me?
What did you imagine? About the guy who said follow your dreams. Did you imagine him out on the road, like some outlaw, with all those women in back rooms?
I suppose. I guess I got the better end of the deal. James had to find out that his great inspiration was based on bullshit.
But weren't you the one abandoned for all those dreams?
Sure. But I wasn't some millionaire trying to impress his father, only to find out that the dreams were bullshit. Left depressed and wondering what the great dream was. What was his dream? To create an app that gets adults to obsessively tap touchscreens like monkeys?
What about the rebel you hated? He ended up 7 hours east. Not hanging out in biker bars, but settled down with a wife that was not your mother and a kid that was not you. It must have changed everything you thought about him.
Not really. He was an asshole before and after I got the news.
Follow your bliss.
What?
That's what he used to say. Follow your bliss. It's from Joseph Campbell. Even after I showed you the tat, you got it wrong because you've been saying it and believing it since you were how old?
You're a piece of work. No mystery, no curiosity. All three of you got it wrong. None of you could figure it out. If I were you, I'd take the deal.
You think you can change him? Don't tell me you think you can change him.
I don't want to change him. I just think he needs a...
He needs? No. They're big boys. They have all the ingredients they need. It's not that complicated. It's a penis and a paycheck.
You don't believe that? You were dating a stand-up comic who still does local mic nights.
John is an investment. Besides, the humor is reasonable compensation. At least he makes me laugh. And that is more than you can say for...
His father died.
Amy, honey, I love you, but he's been grieving since the day you met. Do you ever consider that this might just be the man's default setting?
But have you seen his artwork? You've met him once.
And that's all I need. Besides, the whole thing with the bathtub.
No, I am sorry that I ever even told you that.
It's just weird. And not funny weird.
What brings you to this part of town?
We need to talk about your mother.
What can I get you to drink?
Nothing, thank you.
Is everything okay?
Of course everything is not okay, or I wouldn't be here. You don't respect your mother enough to even return her phone calls.
Oh God, you scared me. Yes, I know. I'm sorry. I will.
This is what they teach you at the universities now? Disrespect for your parents?
Puppy.
Do you know that she cries at night about you?
I get home very late from work, and I tutor on the weekends. But you're right.
You find free time for the mayates, but you can't be bothered
Please
to.
don't use that language.
It's bad enough that you wasted your college education to become a babysitter.
It's called child development, and it's what I love doing.
You are not too old to get a law degree.
Please, not this again.
You are smarter than this.
That's your dream for me.
There would be a place for you at the firm. And it won't be long before I retire.
Every time I come home, you bring...
Oh, por favor. When was the last time you came home?
Christmas.
The UPS delivery man? He spent more time at Christmas.
Because you go on and on.
Because you don't listen.
What about Frankie?
Your brother.
He has more experience with our legal system than I do.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't you just let me...
Because you are wasting your life. You graduated at the top of your class. You said you wanted to be an attorney.
I was 17. And I knew that's what you wanted to hear.
What do they pay? Nada.
You can't bully me like Mama.
She said we were like you and I.
That must have hurt to hear.
Both stubborn. Tell me, do you think you can raise these children better than their own mothers and fathers?
Of course not. But their mothers and fathers have full-time jobs, sometimes 2 jobs. It's about economics.
I came here with nothing.
And I am very proud of the life you have provided for
Then
us.
why can't you stick with your own kind? Let them take care of their own.
Just so you know, they're killing Mexican babies in the city too, Dad. Remember when you took us to Campeche?
Of course, you were
11.
I wanted you to understand your heritage, but clearly...
Remember that Mayan temple we visited in the jungle? How the guide told us how they sacrificed young boys? Remember Frankie cried?
He was just...
4 years old, yeah. Remember what you did after? You called him into your room that night, next door to ours. You said he had embarrassed you. You told him he was never, ever to cry about such things. You said blood sacrifices were the way the Mayans had stayed in power. You said blood sacrifices are what civilizations are built on.
Absolutely right. What you and your sentimental friends won't accept is that every civilization is built on blood sacrifice.
Papi, I agree. I do. We are living in Mayan times right now. Every day another child gets sacrificed. We may not know who in the morning, but by the evening another one will be murdered. Perhaps even an entire classroom of children.
No. This is different.
No. We know it will happen. And we accept it. We participate in the blood sacrifice.
Perhaps it should have been you in the room that night, and not Frankie.
You've given me enough lessons already, Bubba.
Your mother's wrong. You and I are nothing alike. You are far too weak.
still don't believe? Good and evil too simple for you, college boy?
This is insane.
That's what people usually say when they encounter a darkness this deep. Time to make a decision, Boy Scout.
What do you want?
You know what I want! How hard is it to sell your soul when you don't believe you have one?
I have a soul.
Sure. When was the last time you even thought about it? Now, fame, power, you want to impress that girlfriend? Tell me what you want, Jimmy, just say it.
It's not like.
What's a soul even for? What's it worth to you?
Maggie,
Sorry, I was daydreaming.
what were you dreaming about?
I was dreaming about you. I dreamed that you were all grown up and you were an astronaut in a silver rocket ship zooming through space
Where was I going?
to a planet where everyone is happy.
Weren't you gonna be there?
No, I wouldn't be there. I'd be here on Earth.
You have to be there. You're the happiest person I know.
Time to stop fucking around.
Give me your hand.
Next time somebody sends Crows to help you, have some respect. Maybe help out. A couple of my friends almost got shot back there.
Enough.
Who are you? Where are we?
It's a complicated question. For at least 700 years, this region has been home to the Potawatomi and other tribes.
You'd call it Chicago. I told you, this guy's an idiot.
Jack Yancey recommended you. We waited for you last night.
Then we spent the rest of the night trying to save your ass.
You were the ones with the job.
Do you recognize these?
Why would I recognize these?
It can take some time. No worries. Yancey had a good feeling about you.
Yeah, well, after tonight, I have my doubts about him.
What happened was not his fault. Someone just got to you before we could.
So, this job Jack Yancey was saying about, that you need an artist?
If he's right, you'll figure it out.
Until then, we've got your cell phone.
Hey!
Police are investigating the death of an 11-year-old, one of 22 people shot in Chicago over a 12-hour period. The girl, Shamaya Adams, was at a birthday celebration with 7 friends Friday night in the West Garfield Park neighborhood when a bullet from outside the home ripped through the wall and struck her in the head. She was taken to Mount Sinai Hospital and pronounced dead at 7:33 a.m. Saturday.
Might I offer a piece of advice, Doctor? You should spend more time in your own dreams before poking around in other people's.
This is a dream?
All this around you. And those lights under you. These are not only the dreams of the people, but dreams of the city itself. Have a seat. Drinks on me.
What are we doing here?
I need you to reconsider the research you're doing.
What? Why?
You're opening a Pandora's box.
It's unknown territory, and that frightens some.
Dreams may be the only thing humans haven't put up for sale. Every fetish and fantasy is searchable, downloadable.
I'm not selling anything.
Not yet. And not you. But dreams are one of the last things that are keeping us from becoming commodities.
Is this about Maggie and her nightmares?
Let's keep names out of this, shall we? You're poking a screwdriver inside the body electric. Someone's going to get a shock.
Dreams are neurochemical events in the brain.
Just. You forgot the word just. Just a neurochemical event, right? As if it could all be reduced to the limits you define.
I'm a doctor. By bringing Maggie's dreams out into the light, perhaps we can relieve her of her nightmares.
You've seen those creatures that live at the bottom of the ocean? Some in near total darkness?
On TV, yes.
The pressure at those depths would kill most terrestrial animals. What if you brought them up to shallower depths? You'd kill them. You could examine the corpses, of course. The same way you might be able to see what a dream is, but not why a dream is. If exposing it to light didn't kill it, our waking minds would. But dreams need to be dreamed. We don't solve dreams, Doctor. Dreams heal us.
I gotta say, you guys don't screw around. So,
We think he can do the job.
great, what's next?
You'll receive your payment.
I mean for the kid.
When he wakes up, we'll show him the site.
And he'll get his cell phone back?
Of course. In the meantime, don't you have some unfinished business?
I'll take care of it. Look, I don't know how you got him down there, but I'm assuming that...
He'll be taken care of.
Good. I'd hate like hell to think he's gonna have to swim home.
Sarah was 5 years old. This is how she always told me. 5. She didn't like to talk much. Developmentally, she was closer to 2 or 3. One of our specialists said she had a mild form of autism, but I always suspected something else. She was the oldest of 3 and a disappointment to her parents. They were the kind of control freaks who hated the fact that their child wasn't playing piano sonatas at 6 or doing long division. Mommy and Daddy were frustrated, angry, really. That Sarah wasn't fully potty trained, that she didn't interview well, and the high-priced kindergarten they had tried to pay to take her had passed. At 5, little Sarah was a failure. But there's something Mommy and Daddy didn't say either. Something they kept out of their interview. Not because they were ashamed, but because they had convinced each other they were right. They knew that if they had tried to spank this child for lack of concentration, if they physically abused her in any way, it would leave marks. So they devised a way, both of them. And this is what sometimes brings me to my knees. When Sarah soiled herself, they take her in the bathroom, strip her of her clothes, and as they scrubbed her, submerged her underwater. Now, you might think that even a young child would fight back, and in that fight might bruise herself in a way that others might see. But even here, smart Mommy and Daddy made sure to set thick towels around the tub. One afternoon, when Sarah was having a particularly hard day and I needed to change her diaper, I took her into the bathroom. As I removed her clothes, she started trembling and crying. I wrapped a towel around her shoulders and took a damp washcloth. I thought I could turn it into a kind of game. But the moment those drops of water hit her skin, she screamed like an animal, burned. I held Sarah, naked and wrapped in a towel, for half an hour. I was so shaken I couldn't write up the incident report until the next day. When they questioned Mommy and Daddy much later, they said that they read somewhere online that the record for holding your breath underwater is a full 22 minutes. So they made sure they timed it to never exceed half of that. 10 minutes. No more. They were quite proud of that. All of our genius for control. Mommy and Daddy had enough money to never spend a night in jail. Mommy and Daddy claimed in their defense that they did not beat her. She was never bruised. She was well fed. For heaven's sakes, they paid for daycare. And this is how. Mediated by money. Mommy and Daddy believe they have no blood on their hands. 5 years old. That's how old you were. Wasn't it, Emily? Your brother, Alexander, was just 2 years older, wasn't he? Do you remember that dream you had that afternoon you dozed off? How you dreamed that your brother's spirit sat up in bed, reached out, and slipped into you, as if he was taking over your body. Remember that dream, Emily? It frightened you enough to tell your mother you didn't want to go back to that hospital. And you never saw Alex alive again. Now you hope to take dreams apart, diffuse them like a Navy SEAL diffusing a bomb.
This is the assignment.
What was that back there?
A test. As much for you as for us. We need you to paint another larger medicine wheel to our exact specifications. Here. Not today, but in the next few months. You'll find an installment for the work and money for painting supplies. Give him his phone too.
I suppose it's in bad form to ask how much I'm going to get paid for this? More than enough. How do you know I'm going to be able to do this? Create what you're looking for.
It's in your blood.
Oh, hi.
Hi, Pumpkin.
I was just getting ready to leave a note.
Right. Come on, Sammy.
Excuse me?
Come on in, sweetheart.
No, what did you just say to me? Who do you think you are?
Lady, I'm prepared to be here for your daughter. But at the moment, I have zero interest in dealing with you.
I'm the one that pays your salary.
No, I don't get paid a cent to come in here early.
I didn't ask you to do me any favors.
Believe me, I'm not doing you any.
What is this? You come in a little early so you can lay a guilt trip on me? Do you have any kids of your own? Yeah, I didn't think so. You have no idea what it takes.
Hey!
Open the door!
Come on, honey. Let's go play. Your mommy's upset, I know.
Open this door!
Have you ever made a mistake?
Open this door! Open this door, Samantha!
I make a lot of them.
Open this door!
Whoa.
She took my daughter!
Ma'am, please. Was your daughter ever out of your sight?
Oh, what, so I'm on trial now? I also happen to be very late, and there's a damn good chance I could lose my job.
Yeah.
Chicago police.
Yeah, hang on. 1 sec. Hey, what's going on?
Where
James?
have you been?
Ma'am, I need you to step back. I need to ask a few questions. Are you James?
Jimmy. James was my dad. What's going on?
What's going on is your girlfriend, unable to contact you, contacted 911.
Oh. Shit.
The caller said you've been suffering from depression and suicidal thoughts.
I have, but...
Anything I need to worry about in here, then? Knives, weapons?
People really tell you... No. No, officer, no weapons. Listen, my phone died, and I don't have suicidal thoughts.
She says you do.
Okay, yeah, I used to, but I mean, I don't have them currently.
Perhaps the two of you can talk this out.
Yeah, I think we need to.
Nice look. Where have you been?
Facing my fears?
You in?
I was wrong, Amy.
What?
It was follow your bliss, not follow your dreams.
I am not even going to pretend to know what you were talking about.
Right, never mind. I'm sorry. I should have called.
I don't care who or what is helping you with your bliss. Just please understand that someone cared enough to come looking for you.
I'm sorry.
Let's both stop saying that. I am glad you're safe, but I can't do this anymore.
Thank you.
Yes, Jack. I have to set up a meeting. I'll deal with the poet myself. All right.
All right. Tonight we have back with us a special guest. And for those of you who haven't heard him before, no matter how many beers you buy him or how many times you question his veracity, he's going to tell you without fail that he is Walt Whitman. And for those of you who have heard him before, I have politely and insistently asked him not to read every stanza of The Leaves of Grass. But if you're a glutton for punishment or merely admire him, you can catch him after the show. He'll read you every poetic word he ever wrote. So welcome to the stage, Uncle Walt Whitman.
Thank you, Mark. Whoever you are, I fear you are walking the walks of dreams. I fear these supposed realities are to melt from under your feet and hands. Even now, your features, speech, house, trade, manners, troubles, follies, costume, crimes dissipate away from you. Your true soul and body appear before me. They stand forth out of affairs, out of commerce, shops, work, farms, clothes, the house, buying, selling, eating, drinking, suffering, dying. Whoever you are, now I place my hand upon you, that you be my poem. I whisper with my lips close to your ear. I have loved many women and men, but I love none better than you.
Well done, old friend.
Can I ask why?
I think I lost my job and I'm feeling a little lost overall.
If we need to adjust the schedule.
No. I know I signed an agreement.
No. You're free to end the sessions at any time. We have other people. But your level of brain activity.
That's me. Overreactive brain.
No, hang on. That's not true at all. Please. I don't want you to assume that there's anything wrong with you.
I do think the sessions have helped.
Then why not continue? Go home. Think about it.
I've thought about it, believe me. A lot. Can I ask you something?
Of course.
Do you remember your dreams?
Sometimes. Bits and pieces.
Why do you think that is?
What do you mean?
Why remember dreams when you're awake? What do you think we're supposed to do with dream memories?
I'll have to get back to you on that when I learn more. For now, you have my email. I hope you'll let me know how things go.
Thank you, Doctor.
Emily. Call me Emily.
Walt. Jack Yancey.
Still got it, old man.
As I live and breathe, dear friend, comrade in arms against fear, intolerance, and nations.
Let me get you a belt, pal.
If you're inquiring about another assignment, you should make that 2 libations, my friend.
Hey, Dave, can I have 2 of whatever Mr. Whitman is drinking these days? How you been, buddy? I haven't seen you in a long time.
Battling mendacity, singing to those in need of an old song made new.
The mendacious. Walt, them pukes are everywhere. This is a tall order, my friend.
But wait. Before we speak of work matters, poetry.
Amen, Walt.
This is called Ode to My Rideshare.
God help this generation, Jack.
You.
Goddamn internet.
You are my rideshare. In a disruptive.
From the heart, son! Speak it from the heart!
Oh, I'm so sorry. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and stick with wow. That's. Didn't we meet in a bookstore?
I think we did.
Emily Dickinson.
Good memory.
Yeah.
And you have a friend who dresses like a detective from the 40s?
Jack Yancey. Wait, did you talk to him?
I think I have his card somewhere in here.
Do you live around here? I mean...
Do you have a name, detective?
Sorry, Jimmy.
Maggie. And no, I'm coming from a job interview.
Oh, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Well, if you don't have another interview, you want to come with me? I'm just headed to the Elk. Or not, you know that.
Yeah. I'd like that.
Cool. I have to admit, this is all still kind of strange. Have you ever met anyone from a dream before?
Oh, you think I'm that kind of girl?
No?
Of course not. Just you and that detective. By the way, he told me you wanted to know my name.
Oh, okay. Well, this just got even more awkward. Remind me to thank him for that.
Can I ask you something? I was talking about dreams with a friend the other day, and I asked her why she thought we remember these bits of our dreams, rather than just have them disappear when we wake up. Why remember anything at all?
What did she say?
She didn't have an answer.
You see that sign?
What sign? Train station sign?
Yeah, how it just kind of flashed right by us. Maybe dreams are like train station signs. They just appear to remind us that we're going the right way, headed in the right direction, or warning us that we're not.
Do you think you're headed in the right direction?
Given the dreams that I've had recently. Yeah. Yeah, I think I am.
Tell me about your mural.
Man. I'm supposed to be working here?
You are the owner of this fine establishment?
No. The owners hired me to paint this mural.
Ah, a painter, an artist. A pleasure to meet you, Sirrah. Walt Whitman.
The Walt Whitman?
It's a big world. There may be others. So let's say a Walt Whitman. I see you have already begun work. My apologies for micturating so close by. Have you been inside?
No.
Is it safe?
I've spent a good bit of time here, so I certainly hope so. Come. Ah, you cathedrals of commerce.
Looks like they lost a few of the faithful.
No, they simply work and worship from home. The consumers are more faithful than ever.
What do they plan on doing with this place?
No idea.
I have dreamed of this space as a sanctuary.
For you?
The sky, the clouds, the open air are my sanctuary. No, a sanctuary for those living amidst this epidemic of fear and violence.
The owners told me a medicine lodge stood here once.
Of course it did. We live on the upper 2 inches of this earth. Imagine a medicine lodge beneath our feet, rising up. Life keeps breaking through. In my lifetime, we have vanquished typhus and smallpox and other deadly bacilli, but we continue to breed hate and feed fear. We compress it like gunpowder in a shell casing.
You okay?
Do you want to talk about it?
For some strange reason, I keep thinking about that motorcycle he used to talk about. His father's motorcycle. It was like a totem. Had a power over him. Something he always wanted and at the same time always feared. And the more that he talked about it, I began to imagine what that could mean for me. I imagine getting on that motorcycle, becoming a bird, flying down Lakeshore Drive.
If those who lead you say to you, "See, the kingdom is in the sky," then the birds of the sky will precede you. If they say it is in the sea, then the fish will precede you. Rather, the kingdom is inside of you, and it is outside of you. When you come to know yourselves, then you will become known.
Have you decided on a use for the building? Or found a tenant?
Not at the moment. We're just beginning reconstruction.
Jimmy told me this was once the site of a medicine lodge.
It is.
Say it.
I have an idea.
There was a child went forth every day, and the first object he looked upon, that object he became. And that object became part of him for the day, or a certain part of the day, or for many years. The early lilacs became part of this child, and grass, and white and red morning glories, and white and red clover, and the song of the phoebe bird, or by the mire of the pond side, and the fish suspending themselves so curiously below there, and the beautiful curious liquid, and the water plants with their graceful flat heads, all became part of him. His own parents, he that had fathered him, and she that had conceived him in her womb and birthed him. They gave this child more of themselves than that. They gave him afterward every day. They became a part of him. The doubts of daytime and the doubts of nighttime, the curious whether and how, whether that which appears so, or is it all flashes and specks? Men and women crowding fast in the streets. If they are not flashes and specks, what are they? The streets themselves, and the facades of houses and goods in the windows. Shadows, aureola and mist, the light falling on roofs and gables of white or brown, 3 miles off.
The strata of colored clouds, the long bar of maroon tint, away solitary by itself. The spread of purity it lies motionless in. The horizon's edge, the flying sea crow, the fragrance of salt marsh and shore mud. These became part of that child who went forth every day and who now goes and will always go forth every day.
You look good. What's it been, 1,000 years? It's a while. Give this to Yancey.
I always honor my debts.
You give it to him. He'll enjoy it more coming from you.
Yeah, that's what bothers me.
Why do you do it? Always bet against them.
That sort of goes on my job description, no? You have to admit, I've had a few notable successes.
But on the whole, as a species.
Don't act so innocent, Andromeda. You're a big part of my problem.
Me?
Come on.
There are good dreams, bad dreams.
The very act of dreaming tells them there's something more. Beyond.
This city has changed.
Every city has changed.
They are dreaming less and less.
A nation of insomniacs is good for business.
I'm not worried. The dreamers always manage to find each other.
There's a nice cafe up this way.
Okay, yeah.
There's bacon and eggs for breakfast, lunch, dinner.
I could use a coffee.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. What's up? You know that guy?
Just met him once.
You want to go in there and say hi?
You know, once is more than enough.